YouTube. Today we're going to talk about the difference between linear and non-linear editing. So a lot of editors wonder what is non-linear editing and linear editing, and you might actually hear the term quite often. So when we talk about non-linear editing, most of us mistake for it as inferior to the linear editing system because there's none in front. So actually non-linear editing are much more better. Why? Because linear editing actually refers to the old analog system of editing, and non-linear editing actually refers to digital editing, while linear editing refers to the old analog ones. So in the old analog system of linear editing, an editor had to work very hard for the editing process, and that is they used to have tapes and cassettes, and in case of very old film linear editing process, the editors actually has to cut through the film strips for the editing process, which was very time consuming at the moment. But we are actually lucky to be living in an era of non-linear editing. So when we talk more about the linear editing system, in the linear editing, if like you wanted to edit a clip, then you had to do it in a linear format. Let's say for example, you edited 1 minute of the footage of a film, then you edited another 2 minutes, and if you wanted to make any changes in between the footages, then you couldn't do it easily. Let's say you want to add in some more footages in after 1 minute, then all of the works that you did after the particular minute would be gone. So that was what linear editing was like. So linear editing is inferior to non-linear editing. Non-linear editing came with the advent of digital editing, and in digital editing we can do almost everything instantaneously. So in non-linear editing, what we can do is, if we keep on editing and we want to change something in between, then we can add it in directly without the issue of losing any quality or needing to do extra work. So we can arrange the footages out, we can add in some extra footages or effects whenever we want without the worry of losing time or quality at all. So the modern editing system is known as non-linear editing. So just because it has none in front does not mean that it's inferior. Actually, it is much more superior to the linear editing system. So now, do linear editing systems still exist then? Because we are still moving on to the era of because we have actually moved on to the digital age of editing. So linear editing still exists, and they are still used by old television companies, especially in third world countries. But they are slowly moving on to the digital system because it is more convenient and it is much more faster, requires less manpower and so forth. So if you are to go and learn editing, you can simply learn non-linear editing system, and a good software to start it with is Adobe Premiere Pro. I have a crash course related to it on my YouTube channel right here, so you can go out and check that out. It's about an hour long, and you can learn pretty much the basic of non-linear editing with it. So as always, like, comment, share and subscribe.